the only offers I've had is on High, which means life in Hebrew, but that is a grail in Hebrew. So I've just come up with an idea. Every prayer that you mention, just this I don't want to bore the group here, but it's Baruch Atah Adonai. If you have that, I'm sure that's available. Baruch Atah Adonai. It means Lord our Father. That's said at the start of every single prayer. So I might register that, for example, but it's a pretty dicey market going into Hebrew words at the moment, especially when ENS has not spoken. It's not well known within Israel. I'm going on a trip to Israel, so I'll report back and see whether people have heard from ENS before. But yeah, I just
Just
outstanding. We love
curious.
that. What up, Joints?
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I just want to ask, architecture, Tubezilla. That's what I'm gonna call you.
Architeuthis Dux.
Okay. I'm not gonna be able to say that again.
It's giant squid.
But I was gonna say that if you were trying to mint the Grail High, how would that work? Considering it's only two letters, and doesn't have to be like minimum 3 to register.
No, I registered the English version of it, which is well known. I didn't get the Hebrew. You're quite right. High is two words. In fact, it's one word with an accent, possibly. Again, I'm not fluent in Hebrew, but I do know fluent Hebrew speakers, so I could possibly get them to join this space, but it's unlikely, to be honest. It's unlikely.
I mean, just so I mean, add to what again the squid we'll call him was saying. It's kind of like, you know, you're saying that it's not known and all that. That's when you want to be buying when nobody knows. You know, when I was sort of buying in 2019, I could have said to anybody and they will go, "What the hell are you talking about?" Even Ethereum holders. So all I'd say is, you know, the five. I mean, it all depends on people's money situation, but you know, you're looking at these are long-term investments. I'll say to everybody, buy minimum 5 years. Here's how my play works. I register all mine for 5 years. Now I know that I've got 5 years to at least sell one for a decent value and reinvest that money either to renew, you know. So that's how I see it, that I will do this. But yeah, to wait for their population to go, oh yeah, that's great. Then you have a big stampede anyway. So, you know, be early now and think who who's going to be buying it and jump in.
That's right, man. Was you here for Instagram or Twitter when that kicked off?
Hey, me personally, when the whole technology kicked off?
Yeah, well, I mean the sites with the handles where the handles were prominent. You know how quick all those names were dried up?
I don't have, as I say, listen, I have no dealings with any of these social companies. As I say, the fact that I'm on Twitter is, you know, it was a needs must. But yeah, I'm not a social person at all, mate.
So they went crazy fast, man, and then Instagram even faster. Like that was the fastest I'd seen it until ENS.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's demand.
So there's an opportunity cost with your money. Clearly, there is a market. I'm not disputing there's a market for Hebrew names, but if you had an opportunity cost with a population of 1.3 billion, let's say the Chinese market or the Spanish market of, let's say the Latino Hispanic markets of, over 1 billion, I know that I would be picking the latters rather than the formers, just purely based on economics. So, you know, this is coming from someone who could, if I had the capital available, still pick up some grails in Hebrew. You know, I mean, clearly I have an interest in wanting to own those names rather than someone else, or or what do they call it, a goy. So but I'm just, yeah, that's my point, that I think it's based on economics rather than semantics.
Yeah, but don't you think it's valuable that correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, that like Hebrew words can also mean numbers, and therefore they have like a double value, and they're also more scarce.
That's true. There is numerology in Hebrew. Again, I'm not well versed in the numerology.
And much more scarce. I was just looking at that. I'm wondering how it's going to go together. I wonder how many other languages like that, and what order the normalization would be. I guess in the place where adoption picks up would be prioritized. We had someone in here talking about a big Web 2 doing normalization for a bunch of different variations of Arabic, but then they only ever used like 2 of them, and so maybe for their bags it made sense for the customers they onboarded in that demographic, but I don't know if it would for ours right now. What languages would you want to see for sure? I think just getting Russian in there makes sense, and especially right now. The joiners specifically, not that you can't put characters, but the conjunction of certain ones.
I mean, I kind of missed what you were saying, but I sort of, from scaling up, it's a case of, once we press register, we're investing our money, speculating that it will be sold, if you know what I mean. So, how would you put it? You just, if you've got a personal belief that what you're looking at now is, no one may be talking about it and no one may be thinking about it, but if you believe that you've got conviction that it is going to be, you basically buy it. It's kind of that simple, if you know what I mean. So if that makes sense, I keep saying if that makes sense, but we can talk about niches, there's all millions of different niches out there. But as I say, if you personally believe that at some point someone will want to offer you more than what you paid for it, then you pay for it. You buy it. See, Flossing's in here as well, and he's always drops the alpha. How you doing,
see
Flossing?
That Flossin 008 Tekkens, good stuff.
GM. Yeah, I don't know if you want to listen to me. I'm usually wrong, so maybe do the opposite, like we do with Jim Cramer.
As long as you got that air horn, whomp whomp.
I got about 40 different sounds, so I'm ready to go, my guy. How's it going?
All right.
So what are we talking about this morning? I'm just tuning in.
We've gone through a whole myriad of conversations and topics, and yeah, it's been a long, interesting one. And I've only joined the arse end of it because this space has been running for quite some time.
Yeah, I just need to know what drugs Wheezy's on. I need those drugs.
Bro, Weezy isn't on drugs.
He's on Hebrew normalization right now, looking for grails. It's got him pretty high.
Yo, let me talk to my Hebrew friends. I'll get back to you.
Yo.
To fill us in on numerology. Sorry, Threads.
008 is in the house. You wanna come up, tell us more about your project, what you've been up to,
let's get Dr. F up here too.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on up, 008.
I can't accept any more requests because the stage is full.
Send a co-host.
Yeah, I'll jump down if you want. I'll jump down.
No,
Weezy
don't
can
jump
send
down.
two co-hosts.
Yeah, I'm jumping down. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'll be back around. I appreciate all the chat and shit.
Oh, good. Where's that 095? If he's either be host or co-host, if you know the score, man. He's a natural at this. Where is he? Is he
Hey, you guys are crazy. How long has this space been going on for?
Forever.
Oh my God.
Since
I'm waking
up.
I'm on the other side. I've woken up in the morning.
I'm actually about to cut it loose, but I gotta learn Hebrew first.
Well, yeah.
The only
We are having a spaces in about 4 hours to go over B cards as like nostalgia, and basically we're going to talk about like how these are kind of like on-chain autographs, and this like when you're sending these things, if you think about it, you're like signing something, right? So um it really is your signature on the blockchain. And I don't know about any you guys if you guys collect autographs, but like I have actually a pretty big autograph collection, both in like sports and like politics and stuff like that, and history. And there's a huge number of people that collect autographs, and it's not just for like, and you don't really collect for the money, you collect for the love of it and everything. So I think it's cool way to think about it and frame it. And and then it's also just massive for connecting with people. I've sent my business card to a lot of people in this room, but it actually encourages connection. People like always DM me, hey, why do you, or how do I get a business card? How do I mint one? I'm like, oh, well, you can't buy it. You got to come to a space. You got to participate. And then through networking and participation, you can get one for free.
Oh, wait, can I just sort of say, you kind of like you jumped into like halfway of the conversation. Can we go back to like, because I've seen your cards about and I've wanted to know, sort of where it come from and what it's built on and what can be done with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So these are on-chain business cards on Polygon, and they are created by me. It's called like the project on OpenSea is called Business Card Holder by 008.eth, and there's no mint cost and there's no transaction cost. If you get issued a card, you'll be given one Matic, which will provide you with enough money to do like 300 transactions, and you will be given 50 business cards. And there's tutorials. And the community's insane. Like someone made like a YouTube video tutorial yesterday. I'm gonna do a post about it last night, and it's like a 7-minute video of tutorial. I have tutorials on how to do it, and a lot of people in here have sent these cards. So that's kind of what it's about.
Well, okay, cheers. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw one in my wallet. Yes, but sorry, Dr. F.
What's up? What's up? Man, 008, I'm so proud again to stand together with you at the mic, yeah. Really, I'm not the slimy guy, yeah, we know us, but man, you're really a role model for me, yeah. You're the future of Polygon, you're the future of ENS, and man, really, it's my words are gone, and this is not often in my life, yeah. It's really, thank you so much for everything, buddy.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. I mean, all I'm trying to do is, I'm pretty active in the digits community, and so one important thing is, it is a kind of technical project. So, in order to kind of work out the kinks and experiment with it, we're building it as we're starting it in the 3 and 4 digits because it is more technical than like general NFT. And I forgot to mention one other thing. These are soul bound tokens. So like, let's say you buy a digit, you have a digit like 1234.eth, and some crazy person offers you 20 ETH for it and you sell it. Well, no big deal. You buy a floor one, 482221 or something, and you say, hey, 008, can you change that? And I go, yeah, no problem. And then as soon as we do another update, we just change your card to the new one. And let's say you sold all your digits. No big deal. Tell me what your ENS is and we'll throw it up there.
So that's what I meant to ask you. So when the business card comes, you can't, can I personally edit a business card?
No. And the reason for that is we take verification very seriously. So like if you texted me, like I changed it, like I'm going to verify that you changed it. I'm going to verify that you didn't just transfer it, but you actually sold it. We the network itself verifies new members because 3 people have to send to you, and then you have to request it. So you're definitely a human, if you're doing all that. And, this is really an experiment into, how can we do social? How can a network verify itself? We're so used to networks verifying all these algorithmic things, but a lot of stuff is human. And I think if blockchain's really going to, bridge to the real world, there's so many things that need to be verified by humans at scale, even like expert humans. And this is just an experiment into that, and to show, maybe other people can take ideas from this project and, build cooler stuff.
To that point, sir, super amazing project. I'm stoked. I've been watching the community engage with it. It's been a talking point in every space. It's got a lot of, you've got something here for sure. And so I was thinking how to tie it with subdomains. And then we were talking earlier about advertising and cost per clicks, and this sticks with you. All right. And now when I give someone my business card, there's a reason I'm doing that. And so I would, this for advertising purposes, just gold. I think we could experiment with that. And I was thinking maybe each of the hosts could get a dash in their wallet, and then we'll come back in a month and see how they got spread out, and the love that was perceived, the conversations, all the lytics behind it. I'd love to see it. What you got, Doctor?
Yeah, it's like being the first man on the universe again. Yeah, so I got my first offer like 0.005 for a business card from me. It's like, man, I'm not a superstar. Yeah, 008 can maybe sell his own business card for 10 each. I don't know. Maybe someone will collect it one day. Yeah, it's the dream of the business card is like endless. It's not possible for 008 to get to everything in one life. It's like, because of that, I'm more than excited. And yeah, I'm not that often so super hyped. Yeah, so really, I'm more than proud.
Just to kind of go over, and not to take too long, it's just like it's really endless. Like, I've had private conversations with Dr. F, like on Zoom call or whatever, and we can go on for 2 hours, because what you're doing is, we're sending these IPFS links in the business card, really. And so they have like infinite potential on what those could be. Think about it. Like, when you're sending it, the signature is like the actual blockchain transaction, but the visual is a link. And that link could shift over time. That could be your CV. And instead of like following someone, this is like a push, follow, basically. Like, hey, you're saying like, follow me. And they could always burn your card if they don't want it or whatever, but they probably won't. So, and another thing is like, people might buy these. I don't think now, but it's 0% royalties as well.
I'm telling you right now, we'll buy a big old batch, and we'd like to put our spaces on there and get them spread out, right?
Yeah, I need to think about how to handle, groups again. Like, this is kind of like an experiment. So right now, I think we're just focusing on individuals. I've already, there's many things I'd like to innovate on this, but I have to remember that, you got to keep, mission focused initially, because we need to probably get to several thousand users before we start really rolling out big updates, like groups, because groups could even create like group chats that embed on the business card. Like, I've already built that, but I'm not going to roll it out because it's like kind of complicated.
Maintainer, I sent you one last night, by the way, friend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is right on. I got my official collector's pieces from the legends. Right on. Whomp, whomp.
Is there a way? Sorry, again, yeah, Foster, I know you sent me one. Is there a way? Is there a link that we can like you can post up top that we can actually go and find out more information about what we? Do you know what I mean? More information, just to sit down and read and digest.
As a matter of fact, since you're going to mention it, it gets brought up a lot.